For the next few seconds, I want you to picture something unsettling. Imagine you're doing everything right to protect your brain as you age, eating well, staying active, keeping your mind sharp, yet your memory keeps slipping. Names vanish, appointments fade, and simple tasks start feeling confusing. Now imagine the cause isn't aging at all. The medication sitting in your cabinet that you've trusted for years. Because for millions of seniors, that's exactly what's happening, and they don't even know it. The truth is, many common medications can quietly interfere with memory, focus, and cognitive clarity. And the scariest part? These drugs are often prescribed for everyday issues like allergies, sleep, nerves, pain, or stomach discomfort. Today, we're going to explore 9 medications that research shows may be harming your memory more than helping your health, especially after 60. And as you listen, you may start recognizing a pattern in your own routine or in a loved one's. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness, empowerment, making informed decisions with your doctor so you can protect your brain for the years ahead. Let's begin with something many people over 60 take without thinking twice: medications for sleep. It's estimated that nearly 1/3 of older adults use sleep aids regularly, yet some of the most common ones, including over-the-counter nighttime pain relievers containing diphenhydramine, are classified as strong anticholinergic drugs. Anticholinergics block acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that your brain relies on for memory formation, learning, and focus. When this chemical is suppressed, brain signals can become sluggish, foggy, and disorganized. Over time, this can create the perfect environment for memory problems to worsen. Many seniors describe the same experience, waking up feeling groggy, confused, or mentally slow. But they don't connect that feeling to the pill they took the night before. What's even more concerning is that long-term use of these medications has been linked in studies to a significantly higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia. The brain simply cannot function optimally without acetylcholine and sleep medications. That block, it can become dangerous when used regularly or in higher doses. It's not about blaming the medication. It's about recognizing that the brain changes with age. And chemicals that were harmless at 40 may be harmful at 70. Another group of medications often overlooked are classic antihistamines used for allergies or colds. Drugs like first-generation antihistamines, again containing diphenhydramine or chlorpheniramine, work by drying up congestion and blocking allergic reactions. But they also cross into the brain very easily and slow down neural activity. Many seniors notice forgetfulness, slower thinking, difficulty concentrating, and even episodes of confusion after taking these medications, but they blame stress or aging rather than the pill. It's especially worrying when these drugs are taken daily for chronic sinus issues or seasonal allergies. While newer non-drowsy antihistamines exist, many people still stick to older versions because they always used them. But what worked 20 years ago may not be safe for your brain today. Next, let's talk about anxiety medications, especially benzodiazepines. Drugs in this category, such as diazepam, lorazepam, and alprazolam, are extremely effective for calming the nervous system, reducing panic, and helping with sleep. But they work by depressing activity in brain regions responsible for processing information and forming new memories. For short-term emergency use, they can be beneficial. But long-term or daily use, especially in older adults, can have serious consequences. Seniors who take benzodiazepines often describe losing track of conversations, forgetting important dates, or feeling mentally blank. Over time, these effects can compound. Imagine trying to store new information in a filing cabinet while someone is constantly jamming the drawer halfway shut. That's what these drugs can do to your memory. They don't just relax the body, they slow down brain circuits that you rely on for clarity. And beyond memory, benzodiazepines increase fall risk, daytime drowsiness, impaired balance, and slower reaction times. For aging adults, these side effects can turn into life-threatening hazards. The key point isn't that these medications should never be used. It's that they should be monitored closely, used sparingly, and regularly reviewed with a healthcare provider. Another surprising group includes some medications used for bladder urgency and overactive bladder issues, very common after 60. Drugs used to calm the bladder muscles, such as oxybutynin, are also strong anticholinergics. They relax the bladder by blocking acetylcholine, but that same neurotransmitter is vital for memory. Many seniors taking overactive bladder medications report confusion, fogginess, or difficulty recalling recent events. Because these symptoms can develop slowly, they're often mistaken for early dementia, when in reality, the medication may be playing a major role. Researchers have repeatedly found that long-term use of anticholinergic bladder drugs correlates with measurable memory decline, and yet millions of older adults continue to use them without being warned of cognitive side effects. Now, let's move to a drug category many seniors rely on daily: certain antidepressants. While many antidepressants are safe for older adults, some older tricyclic antidepressants like amitriptyline have strong anticholinergic properties. These can impair memory, cause confusion, and slow thinking. Ironically, they are sometimes prescribed for nerve pain or sleep, not just depression. So many seniors may not even realize they are retaking an antidepressant. Over time, this can create a cycle where someone experiences memory issues from their medication, becomes anxious about those memory issues, and is then prescribed even more medication, worsening the problem. This is why medication reviews are crucial as you age. Statins, commonly used for cholesterol, come next. While statins don't affect everyone's memory, some people, especially older adults, report confusion, forgetfulness, or feeling mentally slower after starting them. This doesn't mean statins are bad. They save millions of lives by reducing heart disease and stroke risk. But everyone's brain chemistry is different, and some individuals may be more sensitive to their effects. If a senior starts experiencing unexplained memory issues shortly after beginning a statin, it's essential to discuss it with a doctor rather than assuming it is just aging. Another class of medications worth discussing are proton pump inhibitors. PP is used for heartburn and acid reflux. Drugs like omeprazole and pantoprazole are widely used and often taken for months or years. But long-term PPI use has been associated with vitamin B12 deficiency, and B12 is critical for brain health. Low B12 levels can cause memory problems, confusion, mood changes, and even nerve damage. Older adults are already prone to B12 deficiency due to reduced stomach acid. Thus, adding a medication that lowers acid further can amplify that effect. This doesn't mean PPs are bad. It means they should be taken for the shortest time needed and monitored properly. Pain medications, especially opioids, also deserve attention. Opioids can dull more than just pain. They can dull mental awareness. Seniors may experience slowed thinking, difficulty focusing, or impaired short-term memory. These effects can accumulate, especially when combined with sleep medications or anxiety drugs. The brain becomes less efficient, slower to process information, and more prone to lapses. For those using opioids long-term, these cognitive effects can become a daily challenge. Finally, corticosteroids, commonly used for inflammation, arthritis, asthma, or allergies, can affect mood, clarity, and memory when used for prolonged periods. Some older adults experience agitation, difficulty concentrating, or memory lapses while on steroids. These medications are powerful and necessary for many conditions, but they come with mental side effects that should never be ignored. When you step back and look at these 9 categories: sleep aids, antihistamines, anxiety medications, bladder drugs, older antidepressants, statins, PPIs, opioids, and steroids, you begin to see a pattern. Many of the medications that can quietly harm memory are ones seniors take for months or years, often without discussing alternatives or reassessing whether they're still needed. And because memory changes can appear gradually, they often go unnoticed until the problem becomes severe. But awareness is the first step toward protection. Understanding how these drugs affect the brain doesn't mean stopping them without guidance. It means having informed conversations with your doctor. It means asking whether there are safer alternatives, lifestyle changes, or lower doses that could still help without harming your memory. It means recognizing that your brain deserves as much care and attention as your heart, your joints, or your digestion. If you or a loved one is taking any of these medications and noticing increased forgetfulness, slower thinking, or confusion, the next step is simple. Review your medications with your healthcare provider. Sometimes the solution is as simple as switching to a newer version of a drug, reducing the dosage, or exploring non-medication therapies. Small changes can have a powerful impact on brain clarity and cognitive longevity. And as we come to the end of this journey, remember this: your brain is not supposed to silently fade with age. Memory loss is not always just aging. Sometimes it's a side effect hiding in plain sight. tucked inside a pill bottle you've trusted for years. The good news is that once you understand the risks, you have the power to make changes that protect your clarity, your independence, and your future. You deserve to wake up each morning with a sharp mind, confident thinking, and a memory you can rely on. And that begins with awareness, communication, and taking control of your health one informed decision at a time. So take a moment today to review your medications, check in with your doctor, and make sure every pill you're taking is truly supporting your brain, not silently working against it. Your memory matters, and every step you take today could protect it for years to come.